Hi, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to Ask This Old House, where we'll go anywhere to answer your home improvement questions.
Today I'm going to show you the proper way to use a chainsaw and a brand new way to keep it sharp.
And I'm taking out an old rusted steel bath. I'm putting in a brand new fiberglass one.
And I'm going to help a homeowner fix their leaky gutter.
And we'll ask, what is it?
This is actually a birdhouse, but for wingless birds.
Today we're going to talk about a brand new way to sharpen chainsaws. But more importantly, we're going to talk about chainsaw safety. I'm joined today by Tim Odd, who is a chainsaw safety expert. So where's it start, Tim?
Starts at the top, Roger. We need to think about a few things, what they call personal protective equipment. We need to think about having our head protected for what they call struck-bys, things falling down that could hit us. Have safety glasses on, a face shield to protect our face, safety earmuffs or plugs, gloves when we start handling the saw and working with debris, and then also leg protection.
Right, and this isn't any ordinary cloth, right?
No, they call it, it's made out of ballistic nylon, and it gives you a jamming effect should the chainsaw come in contact with it. Hopefully to lessen an injury should that accident occur.
And that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Heavy set of boots?
Good set of boots, preferably steel toes, good traction.
All right. So we've got the equipment, but we also got to look at the saw when we get started, right?
You've got your saw here, so we need to check it out.
All right, Tim, where do you get started checking the saw?
Well, first thing, a few items, Roger. We want to make sure that we put our gas mix in this hole. Our bar lubricant goes in this hole, our chain lubricant.
Right, and that lubricates the bar, which allows a chain to go around freely.
Right, gives us some lubrication. Next, we want to probably take a look at the chain tension. And here you can see yours is a little loose, Roger.
Yeah, I think that needs to be tightened up.
What you want is you want it to snap back into the bar, but still move freely around with a gloved hand.
Very important when you're handling the blade that you have a glove on.
Correct. Shouldn't be hanging below. Next, probably our safety features. First one being back here in the back. This is called the throttle interlock, so that it can't depress the throttle trigger until you're ready. Your hand is in the driver's position.
In this position like this.
Correct. Up here, we have a chain brake system. And here, when you disengage, the chain can move. When the brake goes forward, it stops the chain movement.
Okay.
Now, this also works as a parking brake sometimes, but in case of a reactive force of kickback, your hand comes in contact or just inertia activates it.
Okay, safety, good safety feature.
The last one down here. Chain, if it were to derail off the bar, this is a chain catch. And in this case here, it stops the rotation and shortens the distance the chain can come back to the operator.
So it can't grab your hand.
Absolutely.
Now we should check how sharp it is.
I think you've got some work to do there, Roger.
Yeah. Now when I sharpen a saw, I use a file that's the correct size for the teeth, and I mount it in this gauge. And what I do is I go on this tooth in this direction, and it may take a good 7 or 8 strokes to get that sharpened the way I want it to be. I do every other tooth on this side, then I'll turn around and come and do every other tooth on the opposite side. It can take me a good 15 to 20 minutes to get that saw good and sharp.
Sometimes, Roger. Let me show you what I found for my saw. I found a kit that has a bar, a special chain, and then this sharpening device. You can
That's
see
a sharpening device?
It has that grinding stone in there. And what this thing does, it sits on the bar, and now this stone comes down against the chain and sharpens it as it rotates. So you put it on without the engine running, clamp it down, and now I can start the engine up and push against the end to sharpen my chain in a matter of seconds.
I gotta see this. Safety gear is key. That's why we always put on our helmet and our ear protection before we start the saw. Starting the saw on the ground is the safest way to start it. Once it's started, we're gonna push on the point of the sharpener, and that's gonna hit on the blade and sharpen it in 3 to 5 seconds. It's all done. We're ready to cut. One of the most common uses of the chainsaw is to turn a log into fireplace length wood. We're going to use the bar to measure 16 inches for our length of our firewood. Now we're going to take the saw and we're going to cut down through the log. He's cutting using the bottom of the blade close to the saw itself, not using the tip. We're going to go down about 3/4 of the way through. Then we'll roll it over and finish the cut. Now, we want to cut 3/4 of the way down through the log. We never want to cut all the way down because we could put our tip into the ground and dull the blade. And simply roll the log over. Now we're just going to take and trace the cut. Now we have a perfect piece of firewood ready to be split.
Let me get that out of the way for you. Very good, Roger. Yeah, we definitely want to move that out of the way because for our next cut, we don't want it to pull in and hit that tip. It could cause a kickback.
Okay. All right, then let me get it way out of the way.
Thanks, Roger. And don't forget, we have 2 other reactive forces to contend with. Down here, it pulls the chainsaw away from us. And if we have to do an undercut, it pushes the chainsaw back. We need to anticipate and understand those forces so they don't overpower us and we can control the chainsaw.
Now, those forces are even worse if the chain's dull.
They're even tougher if the more pressure that you add.
Okay, well, let me clear that out for you. We'll make another cut. Thanks for the safety tips, and thanks for the firewood.
Thank you, Roger.
In the 5 years that Christina has lived in her house, she's begun to notice a problem.
The paint is actually peeling right here under the gutter. And when it's raining, the water just starts gushing down. It looks like we have Niagara Falls right outside of our window. We don't know what to do.
Tommy's fix will cost pocket change, but it will save her from big repair bills later on.
All right, Christina, the good news is the gutter is not the problem. It's hung at the right height, and it has a good pitch to it.
What is the problem, Tommy?
Well, there's a couple of things. There's a space behind the gutter where it meets the fascia board. It should have some caulking in it.
Does that have caulking now?
No, it doesn't, and I think we should put some caulking in there. But the other problem is the drip edge.
What exactly does a drip edge do?
Well, the drip edge does a couple of things. It goes underneath the first row of shingles. And if it's not there, and the roof shingles overhang the sheathing, the hot sun can melt the shingles and cause them to bend down. So it keeps that leading edge straight. It also has a little kick on the bottom right here. So when the water comes down off the roof, surface tension can take the water up, hit the drip edge, bring it down, and it will hit this little kicker and drop it back into the gutter. Your drip edge is actually tight against the fascia board. I don't like that at all. What happens, the water droplets that come down, hit this little kicker right here, they actually get sucked against the fascia board, work their way down around, and get in back of the gutter. When the roofer installed the drip edge, he should have put a 1/4 to 3/8 gap between the backside of the drip edge and the fascia board. We have to fix that.
Do we have to replace the entire drip edge?
No, I've got a solution. Here's what I'm going to do to create a gap between the fascia board and the backside of the drip edge. I'm going to use a filler strip. It's made out of pressure-treated wood, 3/8 by 3/4 by 8 feet. I'm going to slip this in behind the drip edge. All right, Christina, what we want to do is pull out the bottom of the drip edge and try to slide the filler strip right in behind it.
Okay. It's a little tight here, Tommy.
Yeah, it's a little tight. Once you get it up there, push it right up.
Okay.
Now we have a nice gap between the drip edge and the fascia right here. Now the next thing I want to do is caulk this joint right here between the fascia board and the top of the gutter so that water doesn't run behind it.
How's that, Tommy?
That looks good. Missed a little bit back here. They got a couple little holes. Just come back and touch that up.
Okay.
Yeah, great. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. So now when it rains and the water falls off the roof and it's pulled in under the shingle and hits the drip edge with surface tension, because we've created that gap, it will fall into the gutter. We've also caulked between the gutter and the fascia board, so even if any wind-driven rain should blow against the house, the water won't get between the gutter and the fascia board because we have a nice bed of caulking there.
That's great, Tommy. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
All right, guys. It starts with a plastic green container,
Yeah.
a piece of plastic shaped like an hourglass, a wooden dowel, and a cap for the container. What is it?
All right. No, I've seen this.
You've seen
This
I just
is
saw it.
actually a birdhouse for wingless birds.
Whoa, wingless birds.
Wingless birds, absolutely.
Oh, like hairless cats.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, fellas. I've never seen a wingless bird.
You are looking too high. Wingless birds.
Yeah, they can't fly.
They can't fly. They're going to be down on the ground. And they might have put a little weight on. They can't get off the ground.
Yeah,
A lot of that going
makes
on,
sense.
Right? So with this thing, you put it down at the ground. Here's your little post right here. You fill this with bird seed. And they come waddling along right here, moving slow. And then they just climb up these little birdie steps. See it? And they go in there, eat a little bit. When they're done, they just come back down the side. Yeah, and this keeps the rain out.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think so. Not at all.
Makes
what you're
sense to
looking
me.
at right... Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to make a lot of sense. This, guys, is a camper's best friend.
How so?
Well, now, when you go camping, everyone's worried about bears, right?
Yeah, and you know what they do in the woods.
And they do a lot of
There
it.
you go.
Right? So you think that they're looking for your food, but they're actually looking for your toilet paper.
There you go.
Right?
I never knew that.
That's why they get so ornery.
This is only single ply. So this is actually a way to keep your toilet paper dry, but most importantly, to keep it camouflaged from the big bad bears. You just pull that out right there.
And you thought my guess was silly.
Have you ever, trust me, you pull it out, you rip off the piece,
you
and
go.
the bears
That's
are off
really-
into the tree.
Please tell us what it really is. Some of the
That's really
Guys,
good.
this is a better mousetrap. That was weird, Kevin.
a better mousetrap.
A better mousetrap. Your toilet paper back. It starts with filling this with antifreeze in the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you take this dowel and that other piece I showed you. You put peanut butter here and here. Now you take this and slide it inside
Bears like peanut butter.
and cover
So do
it.
mice.
Okay? Once it's covered, you put it against the wall, and up comes Mr. Mouse. Now, see these holes? Peanut butter smells coming out.
Yeah.
Mr. Mouse smells it. Comes all the way up, then walks inside, hits this, and falls into the
Into death.
And he drowns.
into the depth.
Yeah.
But It also comes with a tong, so
Get them in the spring.
get them in the spring.
Oh, great.
Hairless cats, wingless birds, lifeless mice.
We got it all here. So, Kevin, this is the only bathroom in the house, and the bathtub down here is a little bit tired.
Oh yeah, that's in rough shape.
It looks
Look
like
at that.
fiberglass, but look, it's actually steel. And the enamel coating is actually rusted right through, so this is really going to go. We also have a leak on this drain down in the basement. So now, we really want to get rid of the tub and the walls.
Really?
It's a fair amount of demo, so to make a little bit more space for ourselves, I'm going to get rid of this toilet first. So there's two nuts that hold it down to the closet flange.
That's a handy way to clear out the water.
It beats using little cups and sponges and keep it level. All right. I'm just going to block off the hole so no sewer gas comes up. So when this was first installed, the bathtub went in, then the walls, and then the sheetrock went in.
So the sheetrock's actually pinning this unit
That's
in
right.
place.
So in order to get this out, we actually have to remove the sheetrock. To cut the drywall, I'm going to use this oscillating saw. Just see if you can back that tub spout out. Go counterclockwise. Go, baby.
Nope, got it.
Now, I thought I might find a nailing flange, but it turns out that this is actually a retrofit kit that was put in after the fact. So it's just glued to the sheetrock. So it came in 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we can actually just pry it off the wall.
Okay.
And now let me just pry this corner. Okay. There we go. Okay, just wiggle that through. There we go. Got it. All right, just give that to you. Good.
Nice.
Here you go, Kev. Thank you. Now the last step for us is to cut this drywall away right here that'll allow us to tip this tub up and get it out of the building. So down here in the basement, right underneath the bathtub, I can disconnect this drain connection. And once I do, we can tip that tub right out of there. Okay. Alrighty. Now let's get that tub out. All right, Kevin, now we just got to tip it straight up together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Keep coming. There we go. Good. Follow me.
This ledger board will support the back of the tub and keep it level.
There's no better time when you have the walls open to check all the plumbing. It's a really good time to also spend the money to put a brand new shower valve in. All right, so here's our new tub. You can see that it's fiberglass. You can see all the strands on the back right here. On the inside, it's a gel coat finish, nice and durable. And it's a lot easier to put this bath waste on out here before the tub gets into place. This is the drain where the water leaves the tub. And this is actually the overflow. It's designed to be open all the time. Should the stopper ever be in place and the tub was going to overflow, it wouldn't go onto the floor.
Right.
All right, so this is going to go right there. So this is the strainer that you see from the tub side. I'm going to put a little bit of putty around. All right, Kevin, coming at you. Is the black gasket to go on? All right, and then that chute. All right, I'm going to try to spin it.
Okay, keep coming. Yeah, she's snug it up now.
Okay. There we go. All right, so here's the trip lever. It's the part you see in the bathtub to make the drain open or close. So this stopper and linkage actually goes inside this pipe. and it comes down to this point. Now that's it with it closed, and when we lift it, the water now goes by and down the drain.
Okay.
So I'm going to push it in from this side. Okay, coming to you. All right, I got a couple of screws for you right here.
Now we can bring it in forward. Hang on, a little lower. I'm still on it there.
There we go.
Yep.
Hey, it fits.
Just. Okay, that is a nice fit.
All right, now we can just screw it in place. We're pre-drilling through the flange to go right into the studs. Now, the new tub surround comes in one piece, and we have to drill our own holes. We have to drill one hole for the shower valve, and the other for our tub spout right there. Now, I've measured about 6 times because I only have one shot at this. I'm going to cut my hole right here. Here we go. All right. We must have about 1/8 of an inch to spare. Hold on, square up, square. Wait, you're going too far.
Oh, yellow.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Not
that
bad,
looks pretty
huh?
good. All right, let's just lift this up. We got to actually put a bead of caulking, so just put those blocks underneath. I'll hold it up.
Just 1, 2, 3. Okay, set it down.
All right, can you put a nice bead of silicone all the way around?
Yep. Okay, you got
All right,
that.
gonna lift.
Yep, we got these. These. All right, bring it down.
Guide me down.
Yep, you're good. Down a little bit. Yep. And now we just screw this around to the studs.
To make up this tub spout connection, there's actually a threaded female connection inside the wall and another one right here. So I had to make up a threaded piece with male threads on each end out of a piece of copper and 2 male adapters. So it has to be just the right length so that as I tighten it up, it holds that spout against the tub wall. Good. This chrome strainer will cover the drain. I'll screw it into place. Okay.
Instead of making a patch that fits this opening perfectly, we're going to take a patch and make the opening fit it. A little oversized, and then just trace it.
Where'd you learn that one?
This guy named Tom Silva stole it from me. All right, now our patch should fit perfectly.
Right. So right underneath the tub, I have a trap right here that has 2 compression nuts. One right here. I need to tighten. Good. All right, so water's back on.
Yeah, look at that.
Shower.
And we just have a little bit of taping and mudding to do here on the drywall, and that'll be all finished.
Throw a shower curtain up, they're ready. They're back in business.
I tell you what, that is a dramatic improvement. Nice job, Richard.
Good team.
Yeah.
That was a tight fit.
I have no idea. I think we had, what, a 1/16 of an inch to get that surround?
Barely. The easy part was getting the old walls out. Getting those new walls in was really tight. We could have maybe ordered those walls in 3 pieces. On a job like that, sometimes the walls aren't level and plumb, and it could be easier if you had a back wall that was new and then the 2 end walls.
Maybe a little more plan.
Absolutely. Now, another thing when you have a tight space is when it comes to doing the drain on the tub. This is called the bath waste and overflow. Here's the place where the water goes down the drain. Here's the trip lever to hold the stopper. Now, sometimes there's floor joists in the way down below the tub, and you don't want to cut them normally. But here is a new invention. This is actually a unit that would let you have the water come down here. You can come off to the side of the tub, and this would allow you to come in behind for that overflow. So it's good for getting for remodeling.
Yeah, another great tip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you got questions about your house, we'd love to hear from you, so keep the letters and the emails coming. And until next time, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Richard Thuy.
I'm Roger Cook.
And I'm Tom Silva.
For Ask This Old House. What's the matter? You don't bring this on the
I didn't
show?
need that one. I want to show it.
Next time on Ask This Old House.
We are out on the road solving your home improvement projects.
I noticed this huge crack in the wall. I gotta do something about it, and I don't know what it is.
We're mixing mortar and helping a homeowner fix some cracks in his basement.
When we got here, there was one lavatory sink, but we added a second. I'm going to show you how we did it step by step.
And I'm going to share a viewer tip that makes yard cleanup a little bit easier.
That's next time. Ask This Old House. If you have a question about your house or a tip you'd like to share, please let us know. Visit our website, pbs.org, for expert advice, step-by-step videos, and much more. This Old House magazine, the companion to the television series, provides advice from our experts that you've come to know. You can use your credit card to order 10 monthly issues for $10 by calling 1-800-221-5900.